Hey guys, it's Adrian, and today I'm taking a look at KVIDIO's brand new active noise cancelling headphones. So these feature up to 65 hours of playtime. They also support MultiPoint, so you can connect this to a phone and a computer at the same time. Alright, so let's find out if this brand new active noise cancelling version is worth the upgrade from the already pretty solid first generation. In the package we have the headphones, user manual, 3.5mm audio cable, and a USB Type-C to Type-A charging cable. The KVIDIO ANC headphones comes with a 500 mAh rechargeable battery, which fully recharges in about 2.5 hours. If you need a quick charge, you can get 3 hours of playtime in 5 minutes. It's running Bluetooth 5.0, and the supported Bluetooth profiles are HFP, A2DP, AV-RCP, and HSP. The rated range is 10 meters or 33 feet. These are pretty lightweight at about half of a pound or 240 grams. The design of the KVIDIO headphones is definitely a bit different than the first generation, and the first area I want to look at is the headband here. So you can see that on the first generation it has a little bit of plushness, a little bit of cushion. Now on this version, the new version, it's definitely thicker, but you can see when I press here, it's not as plush, so it's a bit firmer of a material. Now I did wear this for, say 2 to 3 hours at a time, and I didn't notice that it was uncomfortable. There's a couple other finishing touches on the new version that makes it look a little bit more premium. So you can see we have this type of glossy finish here, and there's also a glossy finish on this ring around the exterior of the ear cup. The padding for the ear cups, these do seem very plush, and it's kind of similar to what we had on the first generation. So the ear cups can be rotated in to just carry them flat, but they don't actually fold up any more than this. Right ear cup has the volume up, power button, and volume down, and we also have a port to put in a 3.5mm cable for wired mode, and then we also have the USB Type-C charging port. There's also an LED light to let you know if it's on or if it's in pairing mode. Left ear cup has the ANC button, and whenever you turn the headphones on, it's automatically on. You could press it to enter into transparency mode or press it again to turn it off completely. The buttons all give you tactile feedback whenever you press them down. The headphone can be adjusted pretty easily, so you just slide down the extension rails here, and this is how wide you can kind of get it. So this should accommodate most people's head sizes. The ear cups are also wide enough or large enough to fit my ears, and I was actually using the first generation of these when I was going outside and shoveling snow, just to keep my ears nice and warm. I found the headphones to be pretty comfortable for, say 2 to 4 hours of use, and I do wear glasses most of the time, so even with the cushions pressing up against the arm of the glasses, it didn't feel uncomfortable. Controls are pretty easy, so volume up forwards the track and volume down goes to the previous track. The power button functions as a play and pause button. Now if you want to increase volume, you would press and hold down the volume up, and to decrease volume, you would press and hold down the minus button. Now whenever you get to volume maximum, the headphone just beeps and the sound cuts off while it beeps to let you know you're at volume maximum. If you have an incoming call, you could use the power button or multifunction button to answer a call, end a call, or you can decline an incoming call by pressing and holding the power button down. You can also double tap the power button to activate a voice assistant. To pair the headphone, you would press and hold the power button for about 5 seconds, and you'll see flashing LED lights to let you know that you're in pairing mode. By the way guys, if you're finding this review helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out small channels like mine, and I really do appreciate it. But let's get back into the video. All right, let's talk about sound quality. And right out of the gate, these just sound really amazing. And I didn't expect it to be that big of an improvement over the first generation because these offered solid sound already, but these are just a definite step up. The headphones get quite loud, so you can see that I have my microphone placed about 11 to 12 inches away. All right, so when you're listening to bass heavy songs, you definitely notice the bass. It's there. You can feel a little bit of vibration, in the headphones, but it's not something where it's like rattling or shaking the headphones, which can be a bit distracting. So in that case, the bass is really well balanced on these. So one of the things I pointed out on the first generation was that I felt that the treble response could be tweaked a little bit more, and they've really dialed it in on this. It's really crisp. I listened to Final Song, Turn Down for What, and a bunch of other songs just to check different genres to see how well this did. and it performed like excellently across all types of music. So I normally listen to my music at 90 to 100% pretty loud, and I didn't notice any type of static or crackling coming out of this. The sound was just clear and clean the entire way through. I also tested these while looking at videos where people were talking on the screen, and I didn't notice any type of lip sync issues. The sound quality on these is just superb, and I listened to the same songs on both headphones again to have a reference, and it was like rediscovering some songs for the first time just because of the clarity and enhancements they've made on the new version. When it comes to sound leakage, you could see that the headphone and the cushions conform pretty nicely to the head on this mannequin, so you can see that there's not really any type of gaps or anything like that. Now I do have my microphone placed a couple inches away, and I'm going to play a video at about 33% volume. So this is a pretty quiet room where I'm in, and I don't hear any sound leaking at 33% volume. I'm going to increase that to about 66%. Now I can hear a little bit, and I'm about, I would say, 15 inches away. So at max volume, you can definitely hear it coming from the microphone. So there is a little bit of sound leakage, even though for the most part, it seems to be pretty much sealing the entire head. So I think you could get away with using this at about, say, 50 to 60%, and most people shouldn't be able to hear it. But as soon as you crank it to the max, they will definitely be able to hear it in a quiet room. But with enough ambient background noise, like say a coffee shop, it's not going to be a problem. If you'll be using the KVIDIO headphones for calls or meetings, this is an example of what the audio sounds like using the built-in mic. So I'm not comparing these two headphones that cost $300 or $400. But for the price that these come in at, I think for the majority of people, you're not going to be disappointed. If you're buying these for the active noise canceling or ANC functionality, then it does the job, but it's not very stellar or stand out in any way. So because I listen to my music pretty loud, and because these have a pretty good seal as is, I actually didn't find that the ANC made that much of a difference to me. Yeah, when I tested it, if there was a noise next to me, it diminished it by a little bit. But if you're going to be listening to music at much lower volumes and you want the ANC to really kick in and be active, I don't think it's the best option for that. I also didn't find the transparency mode to be that aggressive as well. So kind of similar to the ANC, it is there, it does a little bit, but it doesn't do enough for me. So I think in a newer version of these that they could attack those two areas a bit more aggressively. But I didn't really buy these for ANC or transparency mode. I bought these just to have really good sound quality, and it definitely delivers there. And if you're like me and you listen to your music kind of on the higher end, I think the combination of the seal here and just how loud these get, the ANC is probably not going to be that big of an issue. I'm going to demo the multi-point feature of these headphones, and it's something I wish more headphones had. So the headphone is connected to both of my phones right now. I'm going to play sound from this phone, it's going to output here, then I'm going to pause that, play sound from here, and it's going to output from here automatically without going into any Bluetooth menus. So here we go. And you can see as soon as you lift the box up, it just kind of elevates the entire phone up generation. And the previous generation didn't look bad. This just looks way more modern. As well, there's a so you can see that I paused the sound coming out from here. I played this video and automatically it pretty much just picked up where I left off. So this could really come in handy, especially if you have the headphones connected to your work computer or a laptop, and then you have a call incoming. You could easily just answer the call on your phone. You don't have to go into any Bluetooth settings, to disconnect the headphone and pair it with another one. Battery life is stellar on these, just like they were on the first generation. And it's really going to come down to how loud you listen to your volume and how many hours you're listening to it every day and how many days of the week. And also if you're going to be using the ANC feature. So I normally don't have it on. By default, it's turned on when you turn the headphones on, but I usually just turn that off. Since I normally don't need it, it creates a pretty good seal, and I listen loud enough where I can't really hear ambient noise. So if sound quality is your number one priority, like it is for me, I highly recommend checking out these KVIDIO headphones. Not only are you going to get really awesome sound, especially if you're coming from the first generation, having multi-point is something that I normally look for in any type of headphones I own because I don't want to disconnect from one device connect to another device. So I could have this connected to my phone and computer, and I could just switch back and forth. Like say I have a call coming in. Having battery life that lasts for like a week or more before I need to recharge this is also really convenient. And again, I listen to my volume pretty loud when I do listen. So for you, depending on how loud you listen to, you may even find yourself going like a week or 2 weeks before you need to recharge yours. It's also great that we have the ability to plug in a 3.5mm cable on these and use these in wired mode if the battery ever runs out. So for most people, this is going to be an awesome option. You're not going to be disappointed. The only reason where I would have some hesitation to recommend these is if you're primarily buying it for the ANC feature, because it does do a little bit of the job, but it's not as aggressive as you may like. All right guys, so let me know what you think of these brand new KVIDIO headphones. And if you're coming from the first generation and you're considering upgrading to these ones, I would say just go for it. Like if these didn't have the ANC functionality, I would still just go out and get these because the sound improvement, it's that worth it. As always, if you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one soon.